such a beautiful, beautiful morning. Hey folks, how you doing? Welcome back. It's Charlie. These things sucked. Not even worth it. It is Friday morning, April 7th, 2023. It's about 8:45 in the morning. It's about 60 degrees. I think it's supposed to get about 70, 71. A spectacular day. Who would have thought anything happened last night? Something's happening with Rick. Holy crap, they're breathing into his mouth, I think. Oh my God. Holy crap. Yeah. I think I hear. Kind of thought it was Rick. Still wasn't sure what was going on. Still don't know. Maybe I can only kind of assume it is just kind of chaotic. So much confusing that was going on. It's kind of wasn't until maybe after a little bit later. So I'll go to the store in a bit. I'm pretty tired. So I don't know, it was sometime before 10 o'clock actually. I heard commotion. I wasn't really all that sure what was going on. Um, you know, with Rick and his girlfriend and the granddaughter and the son. Oh, it sounds like a priest around my type of joke. So I heard a whole bunch of thumping, and because sometimes when they get to really in the party mood, it sounds like they're wrestling sometimes, because they like to wrestle. So on that wooden floor, and since it's one of those kind of homes that has the crawl space underneath, you can feel all the vibrations. So I'm like, ah, crap. And then I hear Carla going, oh, Rick. And I'm thinking, oh, man, Rick is drunk and out of hand and stuff like that. They take turns. They take turns from one son to the granddaughter and mom/grandma. Corgi. So I'm listening a little more, and then I hear, and I'm like, when I heard that immediately, I knew what was going on. I've done CPR. I haven't been. The last time I had my class and certified was 2016, 2017. But I know how to do the preliminaries. When I took it then, they said they were doing, you don't interlock your hands, you just do the one hand on top of the other hand. And now it's locking mouth to mouth. You have to do the compressions and all of that. But anyway, that was going on. So as that was going on, then I hear Rick's voice. I could certainly hear Carla. She was just yelling out obscenities and screaming and stuff like that. Rick was the one, I would say, that was doing the CPR. He seemed the most concerned. I could hear distinctly Leslie here and there, Rick's girlfriend. And I'm like, well, what the hell is going on? And then I kind of thought it was maybe LeVar that was in need of emergency response. And then I heard his voice, and I'm like, oh, crap. And I still couldn't really discern what was going on. Everybody was such a panic. I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, they had to have called 911. And they're waiting and waiting. I think it took I don't know when they placed a call, but it certainly was at least 2 or 3 minutes before I think they showed up to the house before I heard the siren. Actually, I thought I heard the siren, but it was going off into a different distance, maybe another call, until I saw the lights through the window and stuff. And I could hear more commotion and stuff. And I could hear Rick. Rick was the one that was getting the most. He was getting very, very angry, very agitated. He was screaming, please help me. So I'm best guessing that, he was the more level-headed one, the most concerned. And I didn't really think about it until after editing the video and going frame by frame and making, discerning the visuals that was going on in the parking lot and trying to make out the figures by the police car. Okay, that's definitely Carla. You can see her Sasquatchian walk. And then you can see Leslie, the big, that young lady's gotten big. She almost kind of reminds me of how large my mom got. The way she's shaped, almost kind of, I'm thinking cirrhosis of the liver. I just know that because I've already been through this whole alcoholic cirrhosis and liver death and failure and all this with my mom, so I can kind of see what's going on. So yeah, I know all this shit on that part. So there's Leslie. You can see Carla. You can see Rick kind of appear to be in a blue shirt, and you can hear him screaming and stuff like that and yelling. I kind of think I saw LeVar. I'm not sure. But anyways, a whole bunch of mess. I guess in the long run what happened is that Rick ended up getting taken away by the police on a 5150. Look, honestly, in my opinion, from everything that I was experiencing like that, he was the one that was in more distress. He was out of all the people that were conscious, aside from the person that was unconscious, he was the one that was more in distress in that sense, more concerned. Just so if they took him on a 5150, I think I can understand. He's not new to a 5150. I think he's got maybe one or two under his belt on that. Going back to maybe a couple of years ago during Mother's Day, and Carla just said some very inappropriate things to her son while he was calling, I think, from the jail. But anyway, so I think it was the granddaughter that OD'd. It had to have been OD. I don't know for certainty, but since they've been presumably for the last little over 2 months, 8 weeks plus, doing heroin and doing alcohol, and she's the youngest. She is the most skinniest little thing. So for them to continually party and carry it on the way they're doing, someone was going to get hurt. You know, and I've been reiterating this, not just to you, and then to my friends, to my roommate, you know, and we're just saying, you know, it's bound to happen. This is nothing. There's still so much more that could possibly happen. After the police left and the emergency services left, Carla had but as a granddaughter, Carla just chose to remain in a room. Leslie was kind of confused. I got her on video. She's kind of in the parking lot, kind of meandering. I thought she was going to probably sleep in the car, but then after about maybe a half hour, I guess she ended up leaving. Carla's in her room saying, blaming everybody that it's her fault. Saying, I told you not to do blah blah blah, and saying, oh, bitch, get out of my house. I don't want any of you MFs coming back to my house. Y'all did this to yourselves. You did this. So she's putting the blame. But the thing is, ultimately, she has the say-so of, no, you can't be here, or yes, you can be here. And then when she told the landlord, well, I don't know, I just go to sleep. And the landlord said, well, you're the mother. I don't know, I don't know what happens when I go to sleep. She's 62 years old. I sent a couple of clips, and then where the video ultimately ended up, and I kept the landlord. The landlord knows, so unless the landlord doesn't read the text messages, but the landlord knows, and I let my other roommate know, and I let him know that the landlord knows, and so everybody knows. The video's somewhere else, but you know where to go. So that's about it. Maybe in hindsight, it's such an awful thing to say. Maybe it's better that it was one of their immediates that this happened to. If anything, there's nothing good about it. And there is most certainly not a lesson that is going to be learned here. Not by anybody. Not by anybody. Not by anybody. Mark my words. Ad nauseum, landlord hasn't learned. Ad nauseum, Carla and them have not learned. No one's learned. Police, the city, everything I've just, been showing and been freaking screaming about ad nauseum. I'd say maybe within a couple of days, if not by the end of this weekend, things will probably be back to normal. People will be back in the house, drinking, partying, doing heroin. Maybe it's a good thing that some of the other minors, younger minors of the neighborhood, weren't involved in this. That would have been really horrific. Oh man, can you imagine if those other two individuals would have been find out what happens. Maybe we'll find out. I don't know. I don't know if the landlord is going to respond or anything, but here we are. You folks take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but always take care of yourselves first. Love one another, trust one another, be kind to each other, help one another. Don't take today for granted or any other day thereafter. Live for the moment, pull down your pants and slide on that ice. Sadly, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification button. Please tell your friends and family about me, about us, what's going on. Please. I just spoke with one of the gentlemen that I meet at my bus stop, and this whole transitional housing has to be vetted. And Karen Bass hasn't done anything. She hasn't moved forward on this. Anything other than they've now deployed teams of assessments throughout LA County with, I guess, mental health teams that just go and talk to the homeless and give them things that they may need, like hygiene products, feminine products. Well, that. I don't know. I think feminine products should be just for the ladies that if any member of the homeless sector needs help is women. That just goes without saying. But that's where the money's going. That is getting implemented and getting a better response. Metro is getting a better response in implementing security officers, liaisons, community liaisons. But the housing,